Hey, how's it going? Welcome to News Act, Tuesday, 3rd of August 2021. We're looking from the papers. First up, New York Times, Olympics, virus, masks. Underneath that, people being threatened who are investigating the Haitian president's murder last month. Underneath that again, Andrew Cuomo grilled for 11 hours about the sexual harassment inquiry. Over to the right, some boohoo story about tourists not being able to go on their cruise ships into Venice. They have to dock 2 hours away. New York Times International Edition, big story in the middle about poaching of cacti in South Africa. Over on the left, opinion piece about the Republican Party. Over on the right, story about COVAX, that's the international vaccine effort, not doing very well. Down the bottom, story about Russia at the Olympics. They're not allowed to use their flag or their national anthem. USA Today, viruses, Olympics. Wall Street Journal, viruses, economy. Reese Witherspoon to sell media business. She's selling to Blackstone Group Inc., of course infamous for the purchasing of single-family homes after 2008, which had devastating consequences such as exorbitant fees, rent hikes, aggressive eviction practices. Blackstone spent $6 million to defeat California's Proposition 10, which would have allowed cities to enact rent control. They also spend millions on lobbying and political donations every year. Good times, congratulations, Reese. New York Post giving out about Obama wanted to have 700 people at his birthday party at Martha's Vineyard. Same story down the bottom about Andrew Cuomo. Politico, a lot of the same stuff from the other papers, but a good story up here. Jihadists flood pro-Trump social network with propaganda. So the Trump network was called Getter, and it now features reams of jihadi-related material, including graphic videos of beheadings, viral memes that promote violence against the West, and even memes of a militant executing Trump in an orange jumpsuit, similar to those used in Guantanamo Bay. Apparently, one of the accounts on Facebook, which is linked to the Islamic State, said, "Oh, Trump announced his new platform. Inshallah, all the mujahideen will exploit that platform. If this app reaches the expected success, which is mostly probable, it should be adopted by followers and occupied in order to regain the glory of Twitter. May God prevail." As Noam Chomsky said, there is only two positions on free speech. You're either for it or against it. Clarion Ledger, this is from Jackson, Mississippi. Same stuff as on the other papers, but story here. Critical race theory, a predictable topic. So 2 Republicans made speeches at some county fair. And they basically came out and said we need to fight the introduction of critical race theory into our schools and the curriculum, even though there is zero evidence of it coming into the curriculum. One of the quotes says, "We know the devastating effects that racism can have on a society. We need to fight this attempt to reintroduce racism back into our schools." Crazy levels of mental gymnastics this morning. National Post from Canada, soccer, Olympics, Toronto Star, something about a police officer being sued for harassment. Olympics, is it? Basketball, yeah. Global Times from China, Olympics win 39-29 gold, fair play. 302 killed in downpour is going to be an investigation. Australian roller coaster ride, $39 billion bonanza. This company called Afterpay, who's been acquired by the US payments giant Square, which is owned by Jack Dorsey from Twitter. Well done to them. Good work if you can get it. Tehran Times, there's Macron taking a selfie with some people. This article kind of laying into the French over all the nuclear tests they did in French Polynesia. Irish Examiner, there's a man on a horse at the Olympics. Farmers singled out on climate change. This is something saying that farmers shouldn't be attacked over climate change, that maybe food will have to get more expensive, although the government wouldn't say that. The government's answer is to come up with a food ombudsman, which, quote, "it will be about assessing what's happening in the market, looking at the value chain, looking at where the margins are going within that. So if ever you needed proof that the country is being managed like a corporate entity, there it is." Call to stop use of church's sex ed resources. Think from the Roman Catholic Church. Supposedly all the leaflets and things like that have a prayer reflection at the end, and they say sex is a gift from God, which belongs in a committed relationship. Brexit driving up the price of used cars, thanks Boris. Irish Times, there's a stag, COVID hospital numbers, Belarusian Olympian being offered refuge by the Polish embassy, story from yesterday. Irish Independent, this woman at the Olympics is from Puerto Rico, but she's been trained by an Irishman, so we're claiming that victory. Thank you. EU's crackdown on large cash payments. You're not going to be allowed to pay with cash for anything over 10,000 euros apparently. Irish Daily Mail, pressure on priests over communions. Some priests want to go ahead with communions and confirmations, various liturgical events or whatever you call them. Some people not happy, other people fine with it. The bishops apparently said they can go ahead because they're only guidelines, not laws. Irish Sun, true crime, thirst posting, jabs. Irish World is a paper for the Irish in Britain. Story here basically saying that the UK and Ireland are going to be best placed to survive a massive environmental collapse, but those two countries are not great at meeting their own modest climate obligations. The Herald from Scotland, there's the Queen's body double out again. Story here about the risk of dementia being 5 times greater for defenders. They want footballs to come with a health warning and maybe to ban the header, so you're not allowed to touch the ball with your head. Financial Times, quarantine, £7 billion bid for Meggitt. Meggitt is a British international company specialising in components and subsystems for the aerospace, defence and selected energy markets. Same story down the bottom about the Belarusian Olympian. The Guardian, something about Johnson ditching travel watch list plan amid chaos at advisory body. Did some kind of double U-turn about countries being on the amber list. There's a woman who won the weightlifting, congratulations. Over on the right, something about the Pegasus project, which was used to attack the Free Latifah case lawyer. That's Princess Latifah from the United Arab Emirates. Big story from a while ago. The Independent, thousands flee as blazes ravage Turkey. That doesn't look too good, but you might get a cheap holiday to Turkey at the moment, so every cloud and all that. Up the top, Prime Minister, Belarus, freedom, sport. Down the bottom, they've changed the rules about people who have to isolate. They've changed the criteria so less people will be pinged in the pingdemic. The Times, self-footballs with warning. Go back to the office if you want to get on, says Sunak. I don't want to get on. I don't want to go to the office, so good luck. Daily Torygraph, there's the Union Jack on the front again. They must have won something in the horse racing. Something about holidays, NHS pingdemic app. Story down the bottom, Fergie, that's Sarah, Duchess of York, has written some kind of Mills and Boone novel, so a romantic thing. She is, of course, the ex-wife of Prince Andrew, still wanted for questioning in relationship to his connections to the paedophile billionaire financier Jeffrey Epstein, RIP. Daily Express, there she is again, Sarah. Something about holidays, Olympics, the Mirror, Olympics, thirst posting, energy bills might go up. Daily Mail, true crime story, pingdemic story, holiday story, Metro. The British horse racing team, or sorry, it's not horse racing, it's dressage, where you make the horse clop around, do funny things, jump and turn on the spot and stuff. A great sport, the sport of kings, pinging the changes. Thanks, that's it for the day. If you want to stay off corporate, state media, or whatever this free shit media is, then just click the link in the description. Alright, thanks, good luck.